YouTube, how we doing? Past the prop back here yet again. We have an early show for you guys with a early slate. I believe first game starts in 40 minutes. I don't think we have anything in that one, but we have games early. We have to make sure we get you guys taken care of on these early slates. Joined as always by my guy Stu. What's going on, man?
Nothing much. Like you said, baseball starts early, so that means we got to get here a little bit early. But a lot of good stuff to bet on today. You know, a lot of good games in action. So excited to dive into a little bit, go over the bets, and hopefully win a little bit of money.
Yeah, no, it is a good slate. I mean, we got a little bit of everything today on this one, just because you see some good arms, you get to see some shit arms, and these are the types of slates that are great because they start at 11 my time, go till 8 tonight, so tough to beat. So I'm excited as well to get after it here. Let's just get through a quick recap and we'll get this thing going. So I'll let you start with yours, and then we'll talk about my boy Randy.
Yeah, no dice with Kyle Schwarber, unfortunately. The bomb a day late. He had one yesterday at the same price. I was thinking about going back to his runs RBIs, which I pulled the trigger, but 0 for 4, unfortunately, did not get the job done for us.
Yeah, I saw he ended up having a big day yesterday, didn't he? So it's that's the grind of MLB, man. Is some days you have all of the numbers and they hit the ball hard and not much you can do for it. They don't show much. So I luckily got lucky with my boy Randy. He's great, man. He's just been great for me. He's pushing Blue Jays territory. Blue Jays are got to be my second favorite team at this point, just because of how much money they made me this year. But shout out Randy, dude. 4 2/3, 0 strikeouts. We talked about it here, just like the number of 2.5 scares people off with just clicking it. They didn't even so I've been playing these on, like, I had Jansen Junk. He had a 3.5K prop. I played under 1.5 and he had 1, and it was giving me like plus 400. They didn't give me any alt lines on Randy Vasquez. I'm like, damn, I would have played that thing down to 1.5 down, I would have kept going down, because it's like, how do you trust a guy who has almost a negative K- BB? Like, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, no, if you could ever get a 1.5 ticket, that would go crazy on Twitter, because I don't think I've ever seen someone post under 1.5, like, ever. Like, I don't think
I've ever
had
to be like plus 400 though, bro. They're like, they have less than 2Ks. That'd be crazy.
that would be, if you ever find that number, you got to post it, because that's just insane. Like, yeah, and I mean, shout out to Randy Savage Vasquez right there, just getting the job done. I mean, like you said, 2.5 is legit scary. Like, to click that under is like, you got to hold your breath. And then the whole game, you're like likely going to be holding your breath, and got the job done. Saved my night. I didn't really bet much, so it evened out for me. It was nice.
Yeah, it was my biggest bet of the night. And again, scary, but it keeps everything rolling. Obviously, we've been feeling good on the show, and hopefully we can continue it today. We got 15 of you guys here in the chat. We appreciate you guys joining with us early today. Game starting 40 minutes, man. It's crazy. I have to do my very early lineups over on FanDuel just because I don't want to deal with the DK crazy ones dealing with stupid Coors Field. God damn, I'm not doing that shit. So should be a fun slate. But again, we'll check out our record. We're 32, 28, 14.48 units there, and hopefully be able to add today. So anything sticking out to you, Stu? Obviously, we have games all day.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited, obviously. For me, Glasnow being back is always fun to watch. Obviously, I feel like he's must-see TV in terms of pitching when he's healthy and he's out there. The Twins kind of suck, so that'll be interesting on the other side. But I think that's a game I'm definitely going to be tuning into. Obviously, my Nats are playing a little bit early. The Brewers-Mariners is even kind of interesting. I kind of was surprised that the Brewers were dogs that aggressively, at least. I thought that might be more of a pick
today.
Yeah.
Today?
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't fade Seattle, and like I didn't bet any of these games because outside of Logan Gilbert, just because I bet. It sucked because yesterday they're on an 11-game win streak. I'm cheering for him, but it's like, that's my favorite pitcher. Like, Logan Gilbert's my favorite pitcher, so I'm just sitting there like, give me. And I said it on my show. I said 2-1 is my guess in this game. Ended up being 1-0. And it was a very good, entertaining game. That game that was done so fast. But yeah, Logan Gilbert kind of cooked him. My thing is Luis Castillo at home is just different. It's just different. And I know his strikeout stuff hasn't been great, but Quinn Priester's getting a lot of hype too right now because he's been really, really good. He just doesn't miss a ton of bats. The Dodgers he did, but like overall on the season, his overlying numbers, haven't been showing that. But I'm excited to see him because he's going to be like our fifth dude. I mean, he's been throwing the ball. He's got a sub-3. He's our fifth starter. So I'm excited just kind of see where he goes because he was a guy that, was a first-round pick. He was a first-round pick of the Pirates a while back, and luckily we got him on the roster here. So feeling really good. But yeah, let's get after it today, man. I feel really, really good. I'm looking. Sorry, I'm reading the chat. My bad. It's after 1 a.m. here in Australia. Oh, damn, dude. Hey, appreciate you jumping in with us, man. We appreciate it. Hopefully, we'll try to speed it up so you don't fall asleep on us here. But also had Big Miz ladder. Yeah, dude. I can't let you ladder Miz. It's just it's very hard to do. I know the Dodgers one was crazy. Obviously last game before the All-Star break, you also have to think about that. So like they had a little longer leash on him. But Seattle made him work. Shout out to Seattle. They made him work. And, I think he had 7 strikeouts. So, but you saw it with Woodruff too. He went 6 innings through 62 pitches, had 5 Ks, and they pulled him. Obviously, I know Woodruff's coming off injury, but Woodruff would have been the guy. I thought they let it roll, because he had a 90 pitch outing. I'm like, dude, just let this dude could finish it sub 90. And they've been a little bit more cautious just because, they got to have Miz ready for playoffs and stuff. Because I mean, they're right there, dude. They're the number one. They're tied for number 1 in the MLB right now, dude. It's crazy, crazy to think about. But for me, for games, there's a few that I like. I mean, I can't believe I'm seeing Patrick Corbin as a -150 favorite. Is that something I was expecting to see in year 2025? No, but. Man, dude, resurgence is a very loose word. I'll use it very loosely in terms of Patrick Corbin. So he's obviously getting that spot. Shout out Corey Seager cashing me a ticket yesterday, doing his thing. God, that dude is so fucking good, man. Him and Semien when they're actually playing well, dude, it's really fun baseball. So shout out those guys. Anything else you want to talk about, Stu, before we get into the slate today?
Not really. I guess we'll mention our guy Brandon Pfaadt. We've talked about him a lot. He is on the slate today. We were talking before the show a little bit. You're mentioning not really trusting the Astros lineup. Definitely get you there. I might look for a hit parlay or something like that in that game, but I kind of agree. Beyond that, there's a reason we're not talking about him as much on the show.
Well, I have no problem going back to him. I really don't. I think he's the luckiest pitcher in baseball. I've never seen more 100-mile-an-hour hits go right at people. It is pretty crazy. Like you guys can look through me and Stu's like messages back and forth. It's just like, hey, when you want to do the show, hey, does this work? And then it's just me sending a screenshot of Brandon Pfaadt 110-mile-an-hour baseballs that get fucking caught because it's ridiculous. But as I say, the numbers kind of are like playing that out right now. I know we had a good start last time. But like no Pena, no Paredes is crazy, dude. Like that is tough. That's your, 2 of your top 3 hitters in this lineup are out. You're having Victor Caratini in year 42 hitting fucking 3. He's batting 3 for these guys, dude. Crazy. Shout out Bryce Matthews, though, did cash me a nice DFS ticket as my long shot there a little bit. He was my $2,200 shortstop. Hits another nuke. Dude's been on a heater. I think he's got 3 in his last 4 games. Looks really, really good as a young guy coming up. So, shout out there. But, yeah, dude, I feel great. Feel like we're rolling. And I know you have an early play, so I want to make sure we get everybody going. 26 of you guys in the chat. Hit that like button if you could. We really appreciate it. And Stu will get you guys started.
Sounds good. We got Michael Soroka under 16.5 outs, -122 over on FanDuel. It's also on Caesars, MGM, pretty much everyone except DraftKings, who's at 15.5. And I agree with DraftKings number. I 100% think this should have been 15.5. I was really confused why it wasn't, honestly. And I don't know. I saw, I guess, someone on Twitter bet the over. Didn't really mean much to me there, but I'll take it. I think 16.5 is just clearly one too high. I was looking really close yesterday at Brad Lord, who came from out of the bullpen to the starting rotation again after the All-Star break because Washington really doesn't have shit. We called up that Japanese pitcher guy. He was pretty bad and, got sent right back down. So their solution was Brad Lord. And I was worried. I was kind of wanting to bet Brad Lord's strikeouts yesterday, thinking he would go a little bit deeper because Washington bullpen got kind of fried the day before that. But luckily they called up some guy named some minor leaguer like Pinkington. I don't know. I've never heard of him before. And he ate up 2 innings for him really easily. So Washington actually cruised through yesterday's game with using all of their worst bullpen guys. And they gave everyone else a rest. They also have a day off tomorrow. So the Washington bullpen is actually in a pretty good spot. And when you look at Mike Soroka, one, he's under this number in 4 of his last 5 starts coming in. He's really struggled. It's not like a national story because no one really cares, but like in DC media, it's actually pretty well published. He's been absolutely dog shit the deeper he can go in games. And he's been bounced around from reliever and pass to, bullpen to starter, whatever. So that's clearly makes sense a little bit. But once he gets to the 5th inning, Soroka's been like really, really bad. And that's when things start to blow up. And when you go into the stats a little bit and you look like first time through the order, 3 ERA, not too bad. Second time around the order, actually still pretty good, 3.9 ERA. The third time around the order, he has a 15 ERA, a 400 average, 750 slugging. Like people are absolutely crushing him. And even if you filter the stats, you look at just his first 4 innings ERA, and then you look at the ERA from the 5th inning and beyond, it's double. So there's been a clear pattern here of the deeper he gets in the game, the more people see him, the more hittable he is. But the first couple times of the order, he's been pretty good. Washington has already pulled him at the 5th inning multiple times. Like, I think he completes 5 innings right here, and I think he's done for the day. They got a day off tomorrow. They're trying to up his trade value. He's a guy they definitely would love to deal at the deadline here. His stats are okay, but a nice 5 inning, 1 or 2 earned run kind of start, get him out of there. It's exactly what they want him to do today. So I would have 100% lined this at 15.5. And juice to the under. But the fact that it's even above that, it's at 16.5 here, we get a little bit of leeway because even if they do let him back out there, even if they do give him a shot to go deeper, he's been awful when they do so far this season. So I think there are just enough factors here where it was like, this is a pretty easy under for me to make. Like, I think Soroka could have a pretty solid game and they'd get him out of there after 5. And I think that's what the stats show you probably should do, because the times that they do let him get deeper into the game outside of like 1 or 2 starts this year, it's gone pretty poorly. So they got a chance to sweep. They got their bullpen healthy. They'd love a Finnegan save. That guy's fucking thrown every outing since, he had any semblance of trade value. He's been awful since then. So they love him to get a save, the back end of that bullpen to get the job done. So Soroka under 16.5 outs, -122 FanDuel. I honestly even probably would still play like 15.5 if it gets mega juiced. But that's not the case right now. So definitely take 16.
Yeah, I hope that he doesn't get a save, bro. For real, I'm playing him in fantasy this week.
Oh, really?
Shout out to him. I mean, I'm gonna smoke whoever I play this week. I looked at it, and my team is so fucking good, dude. Like, I'm not just trying to hide my team right now, bro, but my God, like I sucked to start the year, and then PCA just kind of carried me to be like average. Now Jose Ramirez, top 5 player in baseball over the last fucking month. The dude is absurd, absolutely absurd. Nobody talking about him, but Christopher Sanchez, Logan Gilbert, top rotation. I didn't draft a starter till the 6th round, and that was fucking Logan Gilbert in the 6th round. So I'm just eating up right now because I have Munoz and Clase at the back. I'm just chilling. I picked up Doval off waivers because he was dog shit to start because I had Ryan Walker and he's terrible. But yeah, dude, I had to give my shouts to freaking Jose Ramirez, bro. No one says this boy's name. That dude is literally a top 5 player in baseball right now. It is crazy. Just look at those numbers, man. Is in a shitty hitting park too. That's the worst thing. Is he's in a shit hitting park. This dude still just puts on a fucking clinic every single day. He's out there. 21 bombs, almost 60 ribbies, 30 swipes. Really? This dude's just crazy, man. So consistent. I had to give him my shouts. I had a longer rant on last show, so I had to be a little more positive on my midweek positivity here, bringing that. So we had to bring the flowers out there for my boy Jose. But yeah, I'm going to be heading into an early game one as well. I'm going to combo here with Spencer Strider and Jesus Luzardo, 2 of my favorite arms to watch. Luzardo's probably one of my favorite. Can't beat Gilbert because Gilbert's my guy. I just fucking love watching that splitter, dude. But Let's start talking here. Luzardo gets the Boston Red Sox today. I know it's a scary matchup in terms of power. The Red Sox also have like a 112 WRC plus against left-handed pitching, but they do strike out at the fifth highest clip. You also have a team here in the Red Sox that, they do have, guys who specifically face lefties only. But the thing is when I look at guys and I'm trying to bet on guys, can you get the opposite side out, right? Can you get them out regularly? And for him, can we get strikeouts? Jesus Luzardo's changeup this year has been wicked, man. It's got a 35% whiff rate. And I like that he's been using that sweeper a little bit more too on the righties, right? He's using it against both sides of the plate. Obviously, it's his best pitch by a significant margin. 44% whiff rate on that sweeper. That's kind of what taking him to the next step, right? Because he just picked up the sweeper this year. It's kind of replacing the slider. And that sweeper's just pretty much been damn near unhittable. It's got a 246 expected slugging on that, which is absurd. And then obviously a wipeout changeup. This Red Sox team, obviously, like we say, has power, but there's a lot of swing and miss in this lineup. So I don't even think he needs to do that well to get 6. And we just saw Sanchez just dice these boys up last night. Shout out Christopher Sanchez. That dude's just so damn good, dude. But I think he went 11 strikeouts, complete game, 7 strikeouts, gave up 1 run. And now you have a guy in Luzardo who's just going to – the worst part is Christopher Sanchez isn't like a strikeout guy. Like he gets strikeouts, but he's just primarily a sinker changeup with a slider here once in a while. Luzardo's literally just trying to K you, bro. He doesn't want to get that deep in these games. Dude. He just goes out there and tries to get you to whiff. So I'm really liking Luzardo here in that sweeper changeup combo, getting a lot of those righties out. I love this matchup for Strider as well. Like I said, I'm playing the early slate, so I'm going to have Strider in probably 2 of my 3. I only 3 max entry. I never played more than that. But looking at Strider's numbers on the season, obviously absurd. The dude is ridiculous. But at home specifically, this dude has been lights out. 2.9 xFIP versus 4.17 on the road. He's got a 22.2 K minus BB. We just talked about Randy Vasquez with a negative. This dude literally has a 22% K minus BB. 22% is the MLB average for strikeout rate for a pitcher. And this dude's having that minus his walks in there as well. Dude is very, very good against righties. 31% K rate against righties. And then you look at this lineup, the guys you're worried about, right? You got Chapman at the top with Ramos. You also have Adames, right? But now I look at this lineup like Devers has been dog shit, right? I mean, he had a couple good games, been dog shit. He's batting 2. And then it's like Yastrzemski, Casey Schmidt, no Jung-Hoo Lee, the guy who doesn't strike out. He ain't in the lineup today. We're going to fill him with freaking Matos. Really? Luis Matos is not a guy out there that I'm afraid of facing Spencer Strider. And then you have Dom Smith. The bones of Dom Smith is still finding a way to find a roster spot here. But obviously he loves pitching at home. He's been fantastic. You have a guy here in Spencer Strider who literally can strike out pretty much anyone with the velo that he has. And on the season, he is in the 94th percentile in terms of whiff rate, 30% K rate. The walks, yes, would I like him to be a little bit lower? Yes. But on the season, still almost 2 full percentage points lower than last year. So I think that's obviously something he is working on there. But that slider, obviously, slider has a 53% whiff rate, guys. 53%. And he throws it 38% of the time. That is absurd. That is just crazy numbers that it's coming. You still can't hit it. His curveball, I don't know why he doesn't throw it more. He throws it 6% of the time and has a 55% whiff rate so far. That's crazy. So obviously when you're throwing 99, it makes it a little bit easier to get swings and misses on your breaking ball. So really like this spot. 2 guys that I played quite a bit. Obviously, I'm a big Luzardo fan, so I think this is a great spot for both these guys to get the job done early.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it's 2 very good strikeout pitchers that you're asking to strike people out. I feel like you do this kind of often with the buy down. You get the little bit of a discounted price. And, yeah, I really like the Luzardo matchup in particular. Obviously, Strider's going to be Strider against, like, everybody. That's not like a hot take or anything like that. So I'm with it. I like the combo, reasonable price tag. I'll definitely be joining you. You think Luzardo's like ladderable today? You think that's like a solid enough look?
Yeah, I mean, I think you can definitely take ladder stuff. I also wouldn't mind taking team total on the other side. Like I could see this going either way. I mean, they're in Philly, right? I mean, it's going to be a hot day out there. Luzardo has very much this year been a hit or miss guy. I guess you can look at the Brewer game as one of the other sides where he gave up, 12 runs. I know he was tipping his pitches there, but, I think it's a great spot to do either way. Either way, I'd be good with it because it's a spot that, he's gonna get rack up the Ks. It's just, can he get him before he gets blown up? Because he usually has that one bad inning that kind of kills him.
100%.
Beautiful. If you guys have Fanatics, our guy Miles selling you us -101 on Fanatics. Love that. But yeah, I do not have access to Fanatics here in Wisconsin, unfortunately. Here, yeah, I'm full fade trade today on Verlander. I don't mind the win on the other spot. Dude, Verlander's trash, bro. I don't understand how he's still pitching. Obviously, the payday is still coming in, obviously, but I mean, let him do his thing, I guess. Like, let him try to get to some milestone numbers. Pretty much is what we're thinking, right? I feel like that's pretty much what they're at this point. It's just to kind of get them those records and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, when you were getting paid that much money, you love baseball, he's not the same guy, but he's still going out there. But I agree, you get some good price tags because of it. Like, they price him like the name value still matters a little bit, which I kind of disagree with. So yeah, I mean, yeah, fade it, definitely keep playing those props as long as they keep giving you reasonable numbers.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's get a quick recap. So we got 30 of you guys in here. Let's hit that like button. I want to check and see what we're at for likes. Let's at least get up to 15, 20 before we head out of here today, guys. I'll kick it over to Stu for a recap here.
Sounds good. We're going to my Nats game starting very soon, like 30, 40 minutes, something like that. We got Michael Soroka, under 16.5 outs, -122 over on FanDuel. We also got -125 on Caesars and MGM. Plenty of good spots. Got this number right here.
Awesome. And I'm going to be heading to Jesus Luzardo, 6 strikeouts. Spencer Strider, 7 strikeouts at -118. Yeah, let's hit that like button, guys. I think I'm seeing 8 of them. We got 28 of you guys in here. Let's get that at least up to 15 before we get out. Stu, any long shots catching your eye? Because we actually are here before the first game kicks off on a Wednesday. Is there any game that you're catching?
Well, yeah, I was going to say, I don't have any bet right now, but I'm trying to just look and just like think of something for one of these early games, just have something on the TV. Like, I don't know if you have any action yet. I don't have anything locked in, but definitely some solid, like Sandy, against the Padres. There could be some offense there. I mean, Verlander, we just talked about a second ago. The Braves have been kind of shit to me this year. I'm not going to lie, but, maybe someone, I don't know. There's some solid pitchers to fade, but I don't have any bets locked in at the moment.
Yeah, I think I might try it with this early game. I usually don't like doing early game stuff. Just because, it messes with people's routines, and that's something as a guy who played for a while, your routine gets messed up a little bit, kind of start to see it a little earlier in the day, right? You start seeing these guys kind of struggle a little bit more. But, yeah, I think I'm going to go. I just want to see who's throwing. Oh, man. Yeah. I think I'm going to do this. I'm going to do my highest scoring team. I'm going to do 2 of them. Yeah, I'm going to do 2 of them.
Hell yeah.
And you guys know I ain't playing no fucking chalk. I can't believe like I'm seeing some of these I get it. The Rockies are the worst team of all time, but I don't know if you saw the Rockies kind of put a clinic on them last night. The Rockies put a little spanking on them last night. So I'm going to go Rockies and I'm going to go Padres as my 2 teams. I'm going to go 0.2 units on each. And then Rockies. Dude, Rockies are just so bad that they give you good prices even in great matchups, right? So the Rockies are in Coors at plus 1,700. And I'm going to have it up 17-1 and then 18-1 options on the Padres and the Rockies here. Just crazy numbers here, guys. Like, I don't know if you realize, Andre Payante is one of my favorite fades of all time, dude. That dude sucks. He's terrible. He is not a good hitter. And this Rockies team has Ryan McMahon finally playing baseball, bro. I don't know if they're ready to trade him, but he is playing very, very well over these last couple of weeks. Ezekiel Tovar's back in the lineup. Brenton Doyle finally looks like he knows how to play baseball again because he was the worst hitter I've ever seen for a couple weeks there, batting like 180. Now he's starting to figure it out. Made a nice play yesterday. I was watching that game. Had a couple hits. Tyler Freeman had to be lead off the entire time when Tovar was out. So now he's got a little more confidence. Mickey Moniak, first overall, starting to pick it up. I think that's a great spot. I think it's a great spot against Payante here. Obviously, I love these day games, of course, because that ball flies out of there. A lot of space. Also going to fade Sandy here. I like Sandy as a pitcher. I'm usually on the under strikeouts, but now you have a team that's not going to strike out at all against him today. And I like this lineup with the heavy lefties, man. Cronenworth, Arias. We get to start to see a couple of these other righties who have been hitting the ball very, very well. And Tatis, Bogarts hit that 3-run bomb off Gore a couple days ago. So I think this is a good spot. I think this is a spot where it kind of goes under the radar here because, you're playing in a shit stadium, right? You're playing I think they're in Miami. So you're in a shit stadium spot. It's only a 7.5 total, but we have seen blow-up spots. We have seen the Marlins bullpen blow up. So I think this is a spot where if we can get an early lead, I feel great having Cease on the other side, slow the other team down. Give me that shit end of the bullpen, man. I think we can see some runs blow up here. So I'm going to be playing both of these guys at 0.2 units. Obviously not much, but a big payday if we can get them right. So I like the spot for 2 long shots here.
Yeah, I like it. I mean, you've obviously been money in this market so far this year. I think the Rockies is a good shout as well, honestly, at that price and those stadium conditions. I agree. I like the fade in that matchup. And yeah, the Padres, I fucking hate the Padres. They're so inconsistent. But that's kind of what you're looking for in this market is inconsistency, because sometimes you're going to have 0 runs, sometimes you're going to have 5, and sometimes you're going to have 14. And right when you're betting a long shot like this, you kind of want to lean into the variance a little bit more, because who cares if it's 0 runs or 4 runs? You're looking for 14. And if they're more likely to give it to you, then, it's a pretty solid bet. And obviously we know the bats on the Padres lineup, like what they have. So I'm with you. I like it.
Yeah, I mean, we can't be taking chalk because, you look at the first day of Coors with the Cardinals, they were like plus 500. The Royals were 30-1 in one. The Royals had 14 fucking runs. But again, what happened? They got up in the game, and we saw some freaking position players pitch. So that's all it takes, man. We just need to get a quick lead, and let's get something to happen here. We got a couple questions in here before we get out of here. Troy Melton strikeouts. I know he is a good pitcher. I do have one lineup. I have 2 Spencer Strider lineups, and guess what? My third lineup has Mr. Melton in it, just because I do like the spot against very favorable spot here against the lowly Pirates. I don't even know what it's at. I don't think DraftKings even offered
4.5 at
plus. Wow.
So it's up there.
I wanted a cheaper one, a little cheaper if I'm going to play on something that's a little bit more like dart throwy. Maybe this is one of your long shots, right? Maybe we are getting a great price on them, because usually they'll just price them at 3.5, juice to the over like they did with Schittler last night against I think that's actually how you say it. I think it's Schittler for the Yankees. I'm not even like roasting.
I know.
I'm pretty sure that's how you say it. But like that type of thing. He was 3.5, but he had a terrible matchup. This is a great matchup. They're giving me 4.5. Maybe it is a ladder spot. Heading over to his second question, I took Manaea, Case, Priester, Case, Moniak bases. Love Moniak. Priester, I'm up in the air on in this spot. The Mariners have been pretty good against righties. I know Big Miz was out there last time. I believe Priester's 4.5. A little juice to the over. I don't bet guys after a huge game like that. Yeah, he just had a 10 strikeout game against the Dodgers, so everybody's going to kind of be looking that way. I just think that we could get, I don't ever like buy high like that on those. Any thoughts for you? I know Manaea is facing the Angels as well.
Yeah, not much. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I don't have a strong take. I agree with you on Priester. Moniak finally playing well on a heater like that. That makes sense right there. The one before that, Melton guy's interesting though. How unfair would it be if they get another just awesome pitcher? Because that guy in minors had like 32 Ks and 4 walks coming in like AAA. So absolutely dicing it up down there. Obviously, Pirates pretty solid opening matchup. I'll have to tune into that one as well. I believe that's another day game today.
Yeah, no, not a bad spot at all. And last one we have here is Luis Castillo under 5.5 strikeouts. Brewers have been really good, both sides. Even against lefties, they've been really good. Not in terms of like OPS or anything, but in terms of strikeouts. Don't mind the under there. I don't mind his under-earned runs either. I think he'll have a good outing. I don't think he is required to have a high strikeout outing to be good today. I think he could get pretty deep in this game and be a tough out in this one.
Yeah. No, I mean, hey, you're the Brewers guy. I'll take your word.
Yeah.
That'll be an interesting one. Good slate today.
Yeah, I almost want to look at some of these Angels guys too. I just don't trust Manayo's numbers so far this year. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but you can only really take like long shots, right? Because there's really no other way to do it with this Angels team. They're fucking annoying. They strike out a lot, but they hit tanks. Mm-hmm. But I could see Manaea being walk city and then giving up one hard hit ball and now it gives up 4 runs, right? Like that. That's why I'm like, I can't even play Manaea. There's nothing I can do on Manaea. So outside of just full fading, not playing him.
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
All right, Stu, anything else from you before we head out? We got 35 guys joining us and gals in the chat. Anything from you before we head out today?
No, not really. Like I said, Mike Stroke under 16.5 out starting soon. Get that in. Besides that, hopefully be back here Friday with some winners, celebrating a little bit. Got a good slate today. I'll probably have a couple more plays out a little bit later, probably in an hour or two for the late slate. So if you want more props, look forward to that. And ready to go.
Yeah. We have 36 of you guys in here with us. I think we have 14 likes. Let's get that to 20. Before we head out today. Let's hopefully continue to get some winners here. I'm hoping we can get another pitching combo here from 2 guys that we like. Strider is an early game as well, so make sure you lock that one in. But I think we should be good. Be ready for Friday. I will definitely be here on Friday. I just got to figure out a time just because my time might be a little bit off, whether that be early or later. But we should be here Friday ready to go with another 15-game slate. So can't beat it. So have a good one, guys. Best of luck. Huge slate today. If you have any other questions, me and Stu's DMs are always open. Obviously, I'm assuming you guys follow us over on Twitter. If you don't, it's in the description of the video. Hopefully you guys are able to pop over there, ask questions. Our DMs are open for you guys. So have a good one. Best of luck, and we'll catch you on Friday.